Here's a story time about how I ran away to Maidenhead with no phone, no money, when I was 41 backwards. So basically, I had beef with some girl, and this girl messages my mum. Me and my parents had a massive argument and they tried taking my phone. Now, my dad was trying to not let me out the door, which fair play to him. I was going scatty. And basically, so I managed to get out the door. I start heading towards the train station, just got on a train and went. But before that, I decided to wait round some random corner just in case they went to look at the train station and they wouldn't find me. And then, so about 10 minutes before the train, I run to the train station, and as soon as the train comes, I get on it. But I think it's a good idea. This was about 8 o'clock at night, maybe 9, and I thought it was a good idea to leave my phone at the train station so nobody could track me. So I've hidden my phone at the train station. Bear in mind, I don't live near Maidenhead. So I've left my phone at the train station, hidden behind like near them green, I don't know what they are, I think they're gas things. I hid it like almost by the side of one of them behind the little shelter. And then I get on the train and I go. And I was crying, I had no money, I was trying to get in the toilet so the ticket man didn't like get to me. So I'm in the toilet, it's about a 10-minute train to where I need to get off and change at. So it's about been 10 minutes. I get off at the station. I don't have to leave the station, I just hop on the other train. And then this is a train going to Reading. So I'm on the train to Reading, it's about a 25-minute train. So I'm on there and there's these two ladies that live a few towns away from me. And I don't know them, but they were talking to me and they gave me their phone number and said if I need anything then to call them. But obviously I didn't remember their phone number. I lost a bit of paper they gave me. So I'm going to Maidenhead, get off at Reading, and it was really embarrassing. I think I was literally in pyjama bottoms and some Adidas jumper that I just found out my wardrobe. I had about £2. So I used my little pennies, and obviously at Reading Station I also didn't have to leave. I just hopped on the Elizabeth line and got on a train to Maidenhead. This was pitch black, the train was scatty, I'd never been on the train before, I'd never even been to Maidenhead. And so I just hop on the train, get off. But to get out of Maidenhead Station, obviously I shit myself because there's ticket people, there's barriers. I can't get out. And then, so I'm trying to get out the station. So I say I got a ticket. I got the train from the stop before Maidenhead. And I managed paying like £1.50 for my ticket, I'm pretty sure. So I was just literally sat at Maidenhead Station, crying my eyes out. I didn't know Maidenhead. Like, do you know what I mean? I was just sat there. And then, me being me, I got scared because there were some dodgy people out, like, weird. So I've got so scared and I've tried getting a taxi back. The taxi was £150 back to where I live, and I was like, okay, no, that is not an option. So after about an hour of me being in Maidenhead, it gets to about 12 o'clock. There's one last train to Reading. I run, I sprint, and I get on the train to Reading. I had to sit in the transport police people's office for about 2 hours. And then obviously my parents got a call and they came and got me, but also with them was about 5 police officers. And something also happened earlier that day, and to do with one of my friend's mums that I was friends with at the time. So they were asking me about that and just not, do you know what I mean, not talking to me about the fact I ran away. Obviously they were there because I ran away, but they was asking me about that. And I was like, right. And my mum said the police went through like my whole room. But this also happened as well. I don't even know if it was this time. Now I think about it, I don't know if it was, because I ran away twice. I don't know if it was this time that girl messaged my mum. I'm pretty sure it was because I used to have screen time and I had an old phone. And they went through my old phone and so did the police. And nothing even bad was on there, like, do you know what I mean? It wasn't anything too bad. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't anything too bad. Basically, my friend stayed around the night before and she'd left my phone on my side. And then obviously my parents were like, oh, what's that? And they went through it. And there was just a few fight videos here and there. Like, it wasn't anything too ridiculous. But yeah, that happened. And then obviously I ran away. So yeah. And then I did end up getting home in the end. But it was just a very traumatic experience. And then I started a new school about a week later. And I didn't know barely anyone. Like, people knew me, but I didn't know them as, like, people. Like, I literally just knew them through people. Like, I'd never met any of them.
So in high school, I won Homecoming King before I transitioned, and it was such an interesting story. It was actually, I wrote it in my college essay, and that's what got me into all my colleges. Basically, what had happened at the time, I still went by like another name and was kind of be like, I'm genderqueer, I go by anything. My closest friends was running for Homecoming Queen, and I was like, I don't like Homecoming Queen on me. I just don't see that. Like, what if I ran from Homecoming King? Like, why does it matter? It's homecoming. It's like, are you joking? I feel like people care more about the mums than like the titles themselves. I don't know. I didn't think of it as a big deal. I was a goddamn band kid. Man, I didn't care. So I'm like, yeah, I'm an art student. I'm a band kid. Let me make a little video promoting myself, running for Homecoming King. Like, how fun is this gonna be? I make this little video. Boom, the whole school sees it. And I'm like, oh my god, like I'm a popular kid or something. No. But anyway, got a lot of support. So I'm like, okay, good. I'm gonna make it to the next round. Like, no worries. I'll get the next, I'll be there. The day comes that they give out all these papers being like, you made it to the next round. There's a meeting this day, blah, blah, blah. Look at my close friend's Snapchat story. She got it. And I'm like, lit. Like, I'm waiting for mine. Whole day goes by. I didn't get a paper. And I'm like, gosh, shucks. Man, I really thought, but probably wasn't as popular as I thought. Maybe people saw it and just didn't give a fuck. And you know what? Can't blame them. But then a friend of mine at the time, who was also like genderqueer, also ran for Homecoming King, they were like, hey, did you not get a slip? And I went, no, I didn't. And they were like, so I also ran for Homecoming King, and I also have like a lot of friends because I'm in the theater department. Mind you guys, theater, band, and football are the biggest departments at like my high school. Being in theater and band means almost the entire school knows you. If you're running and you have friends in those clubs, you're gonna get in. Like, it was just, like, if you're well liked in those departments, you were gonna get in regardless. So they were like, this is a little weird and suspicious that both of us in both of the biggest departments in our high school and were well liked in those departments ran for Homecoming King as genderqueer people, and we didn't get in. And everyone else did. So they said they're gonna send an email to, like, this woman who's in charge of, like, counting the votes or whatever, like, all of Homecoming. And they were like, I'm gonna send an email saying that this is a little suspicious, just considering, like, not to boost our egos, but just to say, like, we're in some of the biggest departments and we're well liked there. We should have at least made it to the second round. At least. And I'm like, you know what? That sounds like a great idea. If it flops, it flops, whatever. But might as well say something. So it was thanks to them. They sent the email also including me in it, being like, we both think this is weird. You know what she said? You know what the woman said? She was like, yeah, so that's just like, you just guys weren't on there. And so then my friend was like, rolling up the sleeves and was like, now, this looks weird. If we start talking about how this went down, it's gonna look really weird on you guys. So, do something. And so then, she sends us another email being like, I guess we can do a recount, but, like, I doubt anything's gonna happen. They do the recount. And who's in it? I was in it. How many times? A lot of times. And so were they. So, oh my god, people actually voted for us, and it was a lot to make us go to the second round. So now we're getting handed a slip that we need to go to the office, saying like, congrats, you make it. Go to the office. So we go to the office, and I'm sitting there, fucking pink-haired, like, looking gay person, sitting there being like, oh my god, like, what's going on? Like, am I in trouble? Like, is this going on to the next level? I kid you not. I sit in that office and they're like, hey, so, you know, situation, like we did a recount and like your name was there. And I go like, oh, isn't that so crazy? And then they were like, so yeah, so here's the deal. We're gonna have to call up, the parents of the kids who are running and like tell them you're a goddamn transvestite. They didn't say it like that exactly, but basically that was the gist. They were like, we need to call them and inform that someone like you is running. What? Babes, I was in shock. I was like, not even 18, I was still 17 at the time, like, oh, okay. What was I supposed to say? Don't call anyone? Like, I just didn't know. So I was like, yeah, like, that's fine, I guess. Okay. And then that was that. Kept doing the running, made more videos. I started telling my friends about it, and they were like, that's really fucking weird. So they kind of pushed it even more to be like, vote for me, vote for me. Bitch, I won. Ended. Like, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? Anyway, I won. The white football boy, who was like the popular football boy, he lost. And I started seeing Snapchats being like, this is my real king. Me, 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 me. Babes, who won? I don't fucking care. I won. It was a goofy ass crown. I don't care. You didn't win. And I did. Anyways, no one talked smack to me. No one came up to me and said, you shouldn't have won. They went to everyone else. Like, my friends started telling me that they heard things in other classrooms being like, they shouldn't have won. Like, why is a girl winning king? Because whatever at the time. And my friends would turn around and be like, you want to say that to them? I know them. Like, you want to relate to them? They would shut their mouths. Love my friends for that. Ugh. Yes. But they would never come to me, so I'm like, I don't care. Y'all are two pussies to come to me and tell me I shouldn't have won.
My second year in LA, I was balls deep into my toxic, abusive, really fucked up relationship. It was the pits. During this relationship, my ex had basically isolated me from everybody and I had no friends. I had one friend. One singular friend who is still my best friend to this day, mind you. Shout out to her. Love you, girl. But my ex hated her. So I would legit have to sneak to hang out with her. So we would text a lot, but I would just be lonely whenever I wasn't around her. She also worked her as well, and she also was traveling a lot too. So I decided, okay, to try to fill this void, I was going to make friends at work. I have to be there all the time anyway, might as well. I was working as a TA at an elementary school, and I tried to make friends with everyone within my group. So I worked with the first grade class, and there were 3 first grade classes. So 3 teachers, 3 TAs. And I was like, these are going to be my besties. I'm going to make it happen. What I started doing is I would go to the coffee shop before class and I would pick up drinks for everybody and pastries. The first couple of times I did it, everyone was very appreciative and I really enjoyed it. After that, it was clear they were taking advantage of me, but I was desperate for friends. Y'all, don't do that. Don't do that. Learn from my mistakes. Now, one morning, I'm running late. I still stop at the coffee shop though because I was like, I need this. I need to make friends. I pull up, park right in front of it on Sunset Boulevard, and I beep, beep, lock the door to my car, go inside, get the orders, come back. I have one of those trays with like 4 drinks in it and then a bag in my other hand with like the pastries and the snacks. So I go to my passenger seat and I open up the door so I can set it down and then walk around the car to the driver's seat and get in my car and head to work. Now, as I'm doing this, I shut the door, but then I feel like, something is afoot. Like there's something that was wrong here. And turns out it was a literal foot I saw from the corner of my eye in my car. I open up my car door, I look, and there is a genuine 1000% houseless individual sitting in my driver's seat with the seat pushed all the way back, reclined, foot on the dashboard, other foot on the steering wheel, big chillin'. I know y'all are like, homeless? Why would you say that? You don't know if he's homeless. Everybody want to be upset about something. I'm going to tell you how I know this man was homeless. I had evidence, visual, as well as sensory. His entire home was balled up And sitting on his lap, it was a tent along with a backpack on his lap. Aside from that, I could smell the days spent outdoors. It was there. It was permeating throughout my vehicle. It hit me like a rush. It was stronger than the smell coming out of an Abercrombie and Fitch at your local mall. Yeah, it mollywopped me. Sure did. Now, my initial reaction was me screaming, "Get the fuck out my goddamn car! Who the fuck are you?" He looked at me. He was flabbergasted. He looked shocked. He was like, "What?" And so I was like, "Mindy, calm down. Girl, you're reacting in a very heightened emotional state. You know, you're reacting in that way. Maybe he doesn't understand you. Maybe he doesn't speak English. Just calm it down. He is in your car. We need to get him out. Calm down." So I say, "Okay, kind sir, can you please get your shit and get the fuck out my goddamn car this instant, now? Because why the fuck are you in here to begin with?" He looks at me. And this is on the police report. This is not hyperbole whatsoever. He looks at me dead in my shit and he goes, "It's like that?" Oh, yes, it is. It for sure is just like that. He didn't move. I proceed to start screaming and yelling. I'm screaming, "There's a man in my car. There's a man in my car." All these men are walking by. And when people say chivalry is dead, that's a lie. That is a bold-faced lie. Turns out it never fucking existed. Chivalry is a mythological thing. It does not exist. It never has. It never will. Those men walked right past me screaming, "Help! Help!" So you know what I do? I call the man in my life. I call my ex. Ring, ring. "Baby, I don't know what to do. I'm freaking out. There's a man in my car." And he says, "What the fuck you want me to do about it? Why are you calling me? Call the police." Okay. Hang up the phone. Call the police. The popo, they did come through. The dispatcher, they were like, "Oh, we actually have somebody in the vicinity. Hold tight. They'll be there in less than 5 minutes. Period. Thank you. Shout out to Hollywood and all the cops being there at 8 a.m. in the goddamn morning. Now, I tell him, because he heard me on the phone, I say, "The police are coming. The police are on their way. If you want to save your ass, get out of my car." That worked. He heard that. He got up. He's huffing and puffing. He's like, grabs his things, balls him up, sticks him under his arm, gets to trucking, marching down Sunset Boulevard. As he walks, literally, I see his body turn around the corner. The police pull up. I'm like, "Y'all, he's right there. He's right there." One of the cops gets out, pursues him on foot. The other one stays with me, gets my statement, sees what he gets all the information, and he's like, "Okay, based off of what you just described and what I saw, I think he's one of our regulars. He's a neighborhood nuisance. We got this. No worries." I say, "Thank you. Who's going to detail my car?" He says, "That is your problem, ma'am." Okay, so I get into my vehicle like this, and I drive all the way back to work. Food in my lap, completely contaminated, mind you. I don't tell them anything. Y'all drink this shit. I paid for it. Throughout the day, am just trying to forget, and my phone rings while I'm in class. I don't answer. It's one of the cops. He leaves a voice message. He tells me, "Hey, I typically don't do this, but I figured you'd probably find this a little funny." We caught up to him and he explained everything that happened. He told us that he saw you pull up and park. You looked frazzled, but he could tell that you were a nice young woman. He said you had a gorgeous face. Thanks. You're right. Then he said that he immediately got into your car when you got out of it. And you didn't say anything. Then when you beep, beep, locked the door and locked him inside, he figured you wanted him to stay. So he said, she must want to vibe with me. She must want to be friends. And then when I got back to the car and I yelled at him, he was taken aback. He was really floored that he waited all that time and my ungrateful ass was yelling at him. And that's why he said, "It's like that?" Mind you, the cop is telling me this and he's giggling the entire time. I found nothing about this to be amusing. So, if this homeless man, if you, sir, are watching this and you were waiting on my response for all these years, here it is. 1, I apologize if wires got crossed. When I beep beep, I wasn't trying to lock you in that bitch. No, I thought that I just left my vehicle empty and that it was gonna stay empty. But no. You are light and quick on your feet. Shout out to you. Apologize for that. And then also, I would just like to say, fuck you and suck my dick.
Okay, yeah, story time on how I got caught losing my virginity in Send News at 14. Okay, so I lost my virginity at 14? 14? Okay, cool. I lost my virginity at 14. No, I did not want to give it up. No, it just happened. It just happened. No, I wasn't fast in the ass. No. Okay, but anyways, okay, I didn't want to give it up. Okay, so I lost my virginity to my ex-friend brother. Mind you, he was like 18, 19. Yeah, it was a lot going on. Alright, so cool. So I thought I was slick with it. I thought I was never gonna get caught. The only person I knew was like, the brother, the friend, and my other friend. So I'm like, alright, cool. Like, ain't nobody gonna know. Like, what? Nobody gonna find out. Okay, so one day I was sleeping in my bed perfectly fine. And my older sister called me talking about some, oh, you slut, oh, this and that, you slut ass bitch, you was a thot, blah, 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 just going in. So I'm confused. I'm like, what's going on? Like, so she's like, you lost your virginity, you're young as fuck, you fucking all these niggas, you fucking 8 niggas. 8. I just lost my virginity 2 weeks before. 8. So I'm like, hey, she like, you fucking all these grown niggas, blah, blah, mind you. Yeah, I was talking to older people, like 16 and up when I was 14. So it's like, mind you, my sister was 19 or 20 at the time. So I'm looking like, I'm on the phone like, what the fuck is you talking, like, I'm going in like, bitch, what the fuck is you talking about, like, this and that. She's like, I'm on the way to whip your ass right now. So then my mom called me up. She like, man, Anna Joyce, get your ass in the slim room. Alright, now I know it's about to go up. So I'm asking her, like, what? She said, so you fucking? I'm like, no, what are you talking about? This and that. I promise to God, I could get away with a lie back then. So my mom was like, so you fucking, you lost your virginity? I'll take you to the doctor right now. They could tell you if you know how, bruh, wait. She said the doctors could tell her if I lost my virginity or not. So I'm like, bruh, like, no, I'm still a virgin. What are you talking about? At this time, yeah, I started my period at 8. So I started wearing tampons at like 12. So, of course, the tampon popped my cherry. Like, the tampon ain't popped my cherry, but like, I could say, like, I'm telling her, like, oh, the tampon, I wear tampons and pop my cherry. Because, yeah, I did do sports. So, it's like, I couldn't wear pads or anything. So, it's like, I didn't want to leak through my cherry uniform and stuff like that. So, like, yeah. So, alright, cool. She calling, her friend. So, mind you, this is not my blood sister, but it's, like, somebody I call my sister. So, she calling her, talking about, on the phone with her, my sister friend mom. Sister mom, like, just going in. So next thing you know, it's 6 people at my door. So I'm thinking she joking about coming to my house. So she come in. It's her brother girlfriend, her cousin, and the other brother. So I'm looking like, excuse me, like, what's this? Is a family reunion? Who we introducing? Alright, so she started telling my mom I'm fucking all these people. She started naming mad people. Alright, so I'm confused by all these people. I mean, the people she named, I do, like, was talking to at the time, but I'm confused. So I'm calling the boys. That she said I was like, So I'm like, I cracked you. I'm like, why the fuck this bitch over here saying I fucked you, all this and that? She like, bro, what are you talking about, all this and that? So mind you, the girl I called my sister snatched my phone. So she snatched my phone. I'm like, bro, give my fucking phone back. The people on the phone, like, give her phone back. Like, what are you doing? This and that. She's like, nah, this slut ass bitch. This and that. Mind you, we was going in. So I said, give my phone back before we fight. She said, we gonna have to fight then. Bow, right in the mouth. So we tussling. When I say I was always scared of her, but right there, we tussling. I'm on top, just minking. Everybody had to rip me off, or like they had to break us up. I'm ready to go again and again and again. Nah, fuck that. So now they took my phone. They took my phone or whatever, and somehow my phone was unlocked because I was on the phone with like the people when she took my phone. So my phone was unlocked and they was going through it, and they found, I'm not gonna lie, they found nudes. They found like ass pics and like titty pics and stuff like that. But mind ya, I never sent them to nobody. Like, I got exposed once when I was 12, but other than that, I never sent those to nobody. So I'm confused. But what really had me mad was the brother was 23 going through my nudes, taking pictures off his phone and stuff so they could have him for backup. But mind you, I'm 14 at the time. Why are you having a grown man? So me and my mom gets into it because you taking their side over mine. So now she mad thinking I'm really like out there fucking. So I'm mad as hell because why the hell? Yeah. So you got my cousins calling me talking about what's good. Do I need to come out there to wash it? I'm like, nah. So I'm saying, excuse me, hold on. I'm sitting here crying because now you got me messed up. I just had to fight somebody. I was calling my sister. My mom just seen it. I was taking nudes. And then on top of that, you think I'm just out here? Yeah. So come close, they ended up taking my phone. And my mom gave my phone to my sister, mom. And I didn't have my phone for 2 weeks. I ended up getting it back because she ain't pay for it. And my grandma was like, give her phone back. Like, what? I'll pay for that. But my mom, she didn't trust me for mad long. Like, she didn't trust me, I want to say, for like a year. But I was still outside, still doing what I want. I mean, I wasn't fast, but I was like a little faster than Mexican music. But like, not that fast. Like, not faster than when Mexicans get drunk off that tequila. But yeah. So I ended up arguing with the girl, and I was confused why she told her. I guess, you know how people like talk about people. But she ended up telling my sister not knowing we was that close. So she ended up telling her, like, yeah. So, I'm not gonna lie. My mom died thinking I only had one body. Like, my mom passed thinking my ex of a year was my only body. Like, she knew because I was on birth control and stuff. But she did put me on birth control at 14. Like, after we moved, like, and stuff like that, she did put me on birth control. But it was like, why would you ever find out that way? And what really had me messed up till this day still is you had a grown man going through my pictures. So I felt violated. And she don't even know the story behind me losing my virginity and shit. So, well, she ain't never, because she didn't know who to believe at the time. But it's like, why would you? Yeah, so then me and my sister, after she found out, we fell out for about a year or two. I'm not gonna lie, we fell out until she called me one day saying she was pregnant. But like, we was really like, that really had me tight, like, so crazy. Like, why would you go through my phone? Why would you believe? And then what really had me mad was you saw fuck 7 niggas. Mind ya, I lost my virginity 2 weeks before that. Like, that really had me messed up. Why would you say I had 7 bodies? Like, me hanging around a boy mean I had to, you know? Like, I was confused. But yeah, just know, I still got away with it. Still got my phone back.